I'm almost hesitant to ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyway. Many times online, you are asked whether or not you will run for office. And I want to say that I think it's a true compliment. I don't think people are asking just to kind of entertain themselves. I think that this country certainly, and a lot of the world, is desperate for certain kinds of leaders and people that have experience in high risk, high consequence, chaotic situations and have shown prowess at leadership in multiple domains. And you are certainly one of those individuals. And so they ask for that reason, among others. And I've heard you give your answer, and you can repeat it again here. But as a more broad theme that I think people are interested in, do you think it's an important criteria, or it would be great to see people in positions of leadership who've had wartime experience? And do you think that some of the shifts that we've seen in terms of patterns of leadership over the last, let's just make it real broad so that this isn't related to any particular person or stretch of history, but over the last, let's just say 25 years, reflect the fact that we haven't seen a lot of that, at least at the top tiers of leadership?
Yeah, I think it'd be excellent if people, if the president had military experience, for sure. I think that then they understand with the way the military works better. They understand that it's civilians that control the military, because a lot of times people that are civilians don't understand that the civilians control the military. And I think that you do get to appreciate what war actually is and what the costs are. I think that, I've seen in the same vein of people asking me to run for political office. I've heard, seen comments saying, "Oh, that's what we need, another a warmonger in office." And I've responded to a few of those. I think that if there's any group of people that don't want war, it's people that have seen it, people that understand what the sacrifices are. And I think that being in the military, people understand that better. So yeah, I think it'd be a great qualification. I don't think it's mandatory. I mean, clearly it's not. We've had a bunch of presidents that haven't ever served anything. Really, we've had a bunch of presidents that haven't ever served anything but themselves. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some more people that have some experience in the military. Some combat experience would be especially nice, and that would be good, in my opinion.
Well, I'm certainly not one to tell people what to do, and I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do, but should you ever choose to run, I would certainly be very enthusiastic about that. And I will just say that with that stated, I hope people do hear what you just said. I share that sentiment. People who have led others besides themselves, I think, is the key statement there. Yeah,
and I have friends that are politicians, and I really appreciate what they're doing, and it looks miserable to me. I don't like good for them. I'm happy that they're in there trying to make a difference. And I guess this is me being selfish, of me saying, look, I don't think I could stomach that. And I also think that, right now I'm trying to help out. Like, for instance, we have obviously got the leadership consulting and echelon front. We're trying to help businesses grow. I've got Origin USA. We're bringing manufacturing back to America. We've got 450 employees right now that are here in America working and growing that business. Obviously the supplements. So everything that I'm doing here right now is to try and move the needle with America bringing manufacturing back, helping the economy as much as I can right now. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. And my standard answer, which you alluded to, is if things got bad enough, then I would do what I had to do. But I don't think people appreciate my level of bad. I'm talking real bad. So it's not there yet, and hopefully it never will get there. I'd rather surf and hang out with my friends and hang out with my family than do that. And hopefully America can find some level of balance. I think that's the problem that we're having right now. And a lot of these things that you talked about, specifically the thing you talk about with social media, is not very good for political balance. it's actually horrible for political balance, and a lot of it has to do with just the way that those conversations are had. A lot of it has to do with ego as well, because I don't ever want to admit that I'm wrong about anything. And if I can find something that I think you might be wrong about, it's so satisfying to my ego to just call you out on that thing and attack you. And I think that's what a lot of people are doing right now. Now, that being said, I also usually say this as well. I travel around the country all the time. I work with companies of all sizes, work with people in every different industry, and they're not sitting around arguing with each other about what the political scenery. They're talking about, hey, how can we grow our business? How can we take care of our workers? How can we take care of our clients? How can we take care of our customer? That's what people are focused on. And when you jump on social media, you can get sucked into the political scene very easily. And that being said, also, we do have to pay attention, because we as citizens have to make sure that America stays on the correct path, within the guardrails of what this country is based on. So we do have to pay attention, but I will be doing my part as a civilian until there's total mayhem and chaos in the streets. Then I'll probably just be a benevolent dictator that takes over.